This is Dolby Atmos.
So you guys probably saw this TV before. This is the Hisense U8QG. This is a great television, and the main thing what makes it great besides the picture quality is the audio. We have speakers here on the top, speakers on the bottom, and it has subwoofers on the back. But here's the thing, can we improve the sound? Well, today we're going to take a look at a new audio system from Hisense, and it's called the HT Saturn. Now here's the thing, we're going to get this out of the box so we can see how good this sounds with the television. And I would tell you, I got a chance to listen to the speakers at CES, and I can tell you for sure they have a really good audio, and it's going to increase the sound quality quite a bit. But what am I doing? Let's go ahead and set this on the floor so we can get everything out. So we're just going to sit it right here and start unboxing everything. Oh, it's like a box in a box. All right. This is definitely packed a little bit different, but we'll get to the speakers. There we go. So we had this little piece of styrofoam on top of it, and there's some pieces in here. We're going to start getting these out. Of course, we got the instruction book, remote control. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. And let's get to the speakers. Now, the thing about this particular audio system, it's a 4.1.2 system, so that's going to give you 4 speakers around you. Point 1 is for the subwoofer, and it's going to have 2 speakers on top, and this is going to give us a Dolby Atmos sound. All right, so I got everything out of the box, and it comes with the instruction books that you can see right here, and then it also comes with a guide to show you how to place the speakers to get the most sound out of it. It also has a remote control, and here's a closer look at the remote control. And here's the thing, this remote control has a display, so it shows when it's connecting. And there's some other buttons like changing the input, music, connecting Bluetooth, navigation. So you got a lot of great features in here. And it comes with this accessory kit, but let's take a look and see all the parts that you get with it. In the accessory kit, we get 5 cables, and this is to power everything up individually. We also get a power supply for the main unit, HDMI cable, an optical cable, and it has some mounts right here so you can do some basic mounting right there as well. Now I'm going to show you everything that makes all of this come together. Well, first of all, we have the main unit right here, and this is going to be the brains of everything. You have your power, you have some indicators on the front to show everything that's connected. And then if we go around the back here, we have a USB for updates. We have an optical output. This is going to go to the HDMI eARC on your television. And this is so you can plug inputs, and that's for that power supply. It's got the little rubber grips on the bottom of it. And then over here, we have the 4 speakers. Now let's take a closer look at them. Now this has a driver here on the front of it. It also has a tweeter, as you can see right there. And then it has this nice felt material around it. Plus there's a pairing button on the back of it and a screw hole so you can mount it. And that's where it plugs into the wall. And plus we have the little rubber grips. Now these speakers are actually powered and designed by a company called DEVIALET, and that's a European company who actually fine-tunes some high-end speakers, and Hisense is working with them. And the last part we have over here is the subwoofer. Now if we take a look at the subwoofer, on the back of it we have this bass port, we have a pairing button as well as the power input. And we have a decent sized subwoofer here on the bottom to give you some really good bass. So overall, this is a pretty balanced system. So what we're gonna do now is just go and get everything hooked up so we can take a listen to this system, because I'm excited to see how well it sounds. So first thing we're gonna do is just go ahead and plug this right here into the back of the main unit. And then we're gonna plug the HDMI cable here in the back where it says eARC. And then we're going to take the other side and plug it into the back of the television where it says eARC so we can get the audio to come over to the main unit. And then we need to plug in the rest of the speakers. So over here we have the subwoofer, and I already plugged in all the power cords. We just want to go ahead and plug that in like that. And ideal is to put the subwoofer over in the corner, and that gives you the best bass response. And then we have these rear speakers. We want to go ahead and plug those in. And I can just set one here on the stand. Then we go over here. We got the other rear speaker. Plug it in like that. Then if we go around here to the front of it, we're gonna plug in your front speaker like that. And I do recommend you place these a little bit more in front of the TV so we can get the best sound. And then we got one more speaker to plug in over here, and just plug that in like that. So now we got everything plugged in. We need to configure it so we can get the sound quality going in this room. And one thing I want to tell you, when you plug all these speakers in, if you notice here, there's an indicator on the front of it so you know everything is plugged in. Before we listen to the HT Saturn, I want you to hear the built-in TV speakers first. Now the mic's right here just to give you a general idea. And I'll say this TV has a good audio system. So this is Spider-Man 2, just kind of give you guys an idea.
Excuse me?
Now, in order to get everything set up, if you have a Hisense TV that's compatible with this system, it's pretty much ready to go. And there's some on-screen graphics. So we're just going to press on the power button and we're going to get an indicator on the screen. Now, one thing I'll show you here, if we go into display and sound here on this Hisense U8, we have audio output. And as you can see here, there's a different options here, and the sound bar is one of it, which is, of course, the HT satellite speakers. And if we go back over here, we have sound settings, and now we see Tune by DEVIALET. Now, inside of here, we have soundbar settings, and this is going to give us different EQ modes, such as standard, music, movies. We also have surround mode like pure, professional. You're also going to get bass and treble control right there. Now, one thing I did notice is that on this particular one, the soundbar acoustic tuning is grayed out. Maybe there's a firmware update or something like that, but right now I can't get access to it. And then you have wireless speakers, and this shows everything that's connected to the television, so you know everything is going to be ready to start going. And if you hit the menu on the remote control, we also have EQ modes where you can just go directly to it, so you don't have to use the remote control that comes with the audio system. We'll take a listen to some more demos, but let's see how good it sounds in comparison to the TV speakers in the same set with the same microphone. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank up the volume a little bit on the TV. And one thing I noticed is a lot more spacious. It sounds more like a movie theater now. So let's go ahead and play this. Wow, what a difference. Now, as you guys know, I'm not a gamer, but this feels like a theater now. Now, one thing about this system, since it doesn't have a center channel, it's going to use the TV speakers, if you have a Hisense TV, to create the vocals on it. And I'll be very interested testing that in just a minute to see how good the dialogue is. Now, circling back to the remote control, if we press on this button right here, this allows us to change the inputs. And the cool thing is you can connect your cell phone through this as well. We also have these different effects for music. As you see, it does have Virtual X. You can turn it off and on. We have Surround Sound Pro, off and on, night mode, in case you want to listen to things late at night. And we do have a vocal mode, plus we have AI. Now, this button right here is how you connect all your different Bluetooth devices. Plus, you can control the play and pause on some of the different medias. We have an EQ button, so we have standard. We have movie, music, same things we've seen on the TV. And then we have a settings button, and this allows us to go a little bit more into the different presets of the soundbar so we can get the best sound quality. And there's an EQ as well. So we got a lot of different options right here built into the remote control. Now we're going to check out the audio system using this microphone right here because it sounds very good for audio. And I would tell you that this HT Saturn supports pure surround sound as well as Dolby Atmos, and it does support DTS. Now, pure surround sound is a virtual surround. Instead of discrete multi-channel speakers, pure surround uses an algorithm to make the standard stereo audio sound more like it's coming out of multiple directions. In other words, it can simulate some of those different TV shows and movies that doesn't have the correct surround sound to give you a more immersive feeling. But with that being said, let's do some demos.
When you carry this axe, you carry all of us with you.
Dad, I can't kill dragons. Fawn over him because his strength illuminates how weak we all really are.
This is a Tech Steve voice audio test to see how good this TV sounds.
So after listening to some demos, I say the speakers sound really good, except for not having that center channel. I didn't feel that the dialogue sounded like it was coming from the TV, but I will tell you that I could hear it very clean. Now, when it comes to specs on these speakers, the satellite speakers have 20 watts of consumption powers, and they do support from 102 hertz all the way up to 20,000 kilohertz, and they weigh about 3.5 pounds. And the subwoofer consumes around 40 watts, and it will support all the way down to 40 hertz, all the way up to 120 hertz, and it weighs about 11.99 pounds. And this system has a maximum output of 500 watts with a frequency response from 40 hertz all the way up to 20,000 kilohertz. In my opinion, if you have a Hisense TV and you want to get better sound from it, you might want to consider the speaker system. The fact that you get the on-screen controls, your bass response is so much better than the built-in TV speakers, and you're going to get this more immersive sound. I think you'll be very happy with this system. If you guys are interested in learning more, I'll leave all the links in the description below. I'm Tech Steve. Thanks all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.